Hey everyone, I'm Brianna from briannalentz.com and welcome to Flosstube number 24. Yes, Flosstube number 24. It is so good to see you. It is June 16th, so we are in the middle of June. We are consistently uploading on Flosstube. Yes. I'm having a great time stitching, cross-stitching and crocheting, and I'm having such a good time. I had to take a couple days off because I completely jacked up my hand by overdoing it. But it wasn't because of cross-stitching, it was because I was crocheting with this thick, I should have brought it, I didn't bring it, but I'm crocheting this big chicken. It's like this. I should have brought it. Oh, I should have brought it. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. I have so much to share with you today. It's kind of crazy. Like I'm just loving everything cross-stitch and crochet, like I said, and I was just getting so excited to talk to y'all today. Like I had to record today because I have so much to share with you that I thought it's all just gonna get lost. And that's why I wouldn't consistently upload before, because I would go like too long and then I wouldn't share everything, and then I was like, I would get kind of like down about it. So here is to being our own best friend and being consistent. So anyway, the chicken. I went through my kids' stuff and she had like baskets of different stuffies and I was like, no more. We are having less. And now I'm filling it with a crochet stuffy. Anyway, so this is the chicken that I'm working on. And I was having so much fun with it. I didn't pay attention to me overstressing my hand. And basically I'd overstress like right here and my thumb. And my muscles weren't used to me crocheting with this thick yarn and as long as I was doing it. I can crochet with thinner yarn for longer periods of time, but this was causing just a different repetitive stress on my hand. Anyway, so this is a pattern by Mama Made Minis, and I bought a $12 PDF download pattern, and it is a pattern that has a big chicken and a little chicken. And this is going to be, this foot's going to be knotted up and it's going to be like that basically. I'll show it once I have it fully finished, which I will have it done on my next Flosstube. So I need to put the comb, I need to knot its legs up, and it is made out of the Yarn Bee Cozy Occasion Ivory. Look, I know this is a cross stitch channel, but like just bear with me for a minute. Let me just show you my chicken. And so I have the wings made. Is that it? Oh, and I have the tail feathers. So I'm going to attach the wings, and then on the back it's going to have tail feathers that I'm going to attach, and then on the top I'm going to crochet a comb. So can you visualize it? You know, it's pretty great. And so I'm using this yarn, which I've never used before, and I get this from Hobby Lobby. Always get most of my yarn from Hobby Lobby, and I always buy it when it's 30% off. Oh my gosh, what is happening? So yeah, and so it's $5.99 or $4.99 depending on how old the skein is that you have, and then 30% off. So yeah, the head is stuffed, the beak is stuffed, and this is all unstuffed. It's like this new kind of stuffy where it's like this snuggle thing. So I have a friend close to the family that's going to be having a baby, and so I thought, what a great gift. I'm going to be making a big chicken and then like a little chicken to go with, one that the baby can take with, you know, her. And so that is what I had to take a couple days off from because I overdid it. And why do I have two? It's because I did one in too big of a hook and I don't like it, so I redid it in a smaller hook. So that I have more crochet to share, but I'm going to save that for after I'm done talking about cross stitch, and that's if I have enough time. If I go over, then you can just watch my crochet. I have a ton of crochet videos. My channel has become crochet and cross stitch, and then if I want to upload something else, then I will, because it's my channel and I can do what I want. Also, I like having it for my kids later on, because if I force myself to, not like I force myself, but like if I put it up on YouTube, then I have this like home video that my kids can have later on that lives forever on the internet, which I think is really cool, because my mom passed away when I was 9 and I don't have any recordings of her. I have like a couple pictures. There's just a lot of crazy things that happened, and so I have very little of my mother. And I just, when that happens, like something that traumatic when you're young and you grow up with that, like for me, my ability to kind of cope has been to just give my children the best version of a mother that I could dream of, is the kind of mother that I want to be for my kids. And that has to do with, you know, a big reason why I started the channel. On some of like the videos that you see with me and my kids is really, it usually causes my channel to tank, but I like having it for my children. So that's why I put it up there, just as a safety net in case anything were to happen with my own technology. Again, another side note, I am recording at about 9 a.m. Apparently this is like a peak time for me to record. I have had protein, I have had my coffee, my kids are watching their screen time, which is actually, I never let them watch screen time before 12 on days that I want to be productive in other things. But I wanted to do Flosstube, so anywho, so let's talk about finishes first. Okay, first of all, what is behind me? I just thought I would throw up some stuff to, you know, help with my background. And I never shared this. I got this from a thrift store locally for probably less than $5. It is a gorgeous needlepoint. I do not believe I ever shared this. Absolutely beautiful. It is needlepoint picture done by Eula Caldwell, given to Belmont Watson. There's no year on the back. How cool is that though? So I love rescuing other people's art, and I love rescuing other people's needlework. And yeah, this is definitely needlepoint. It's not cross stitch. It's absolutely gorgeous. It doesn't fit anywhere in my house, but it doesn't matter. I find that I move her around in different rooms for different seasons whenever I feel like it. Right now it's living in this room. And right now it's living here as a good backdrop. Don't follow me. The direct order. Let's see. I finished my 4th of July pillow charm by Lizzie Kate. I finished this into a pillow. I did a YouTube short of me finishing the charm, which it's not behaving today. But I'm loving it. It's the called for fabric and all the called for, yeah, it's all the called for threads. And I love it. And I just did a simple whip stitch bottom. Very happy to have this because I don't really have very many patriotic smalls. And then I also finished Star Stripes and Chickens, I think, by Pinkernpunknquilting. It's a free chart off of her blog. And so I finished this. This is on 14 count Aida that I dyed with, I think, just brown. And then all of the colors are just whatever I had. I messed up the number of rows on her dress. And so then the bottom looks a little bit different, but it accommodates. I think it turned out really good. And I also changed the colors of the chickens because I have a lot of blue sapphire chickens, which are gray. So they actually have a little bit of spotting, but they are dark and light gray. So I changed the colors to accommodate like what kind of chickens I have. And then I backed it with this beautiful fabric, which I'm going to cover a chair bottom. Like the seat of a chair, I'm going to use this fabric. I'm actually probably going to do that today. So I'm very happy. And so I'll insert a video at some point of this video of my, the way I have it displayed on my hutch. So I'm very happy with those. And let's see. Some previous finishes are, I made prim pillows a couple years ago. I sold some, I gave some away. I think I only have 2 left, but I love it. It's just a simple pillow. And I didn't stuff it very much. I have one over here too, which I covered up. And then I have 2 more in the other room. I'll have to bring those out for the next video. But oh, it says like a hanging string. Really, after all this time, I have a hanging string? That's odd. Probably because I'm like, oh, I'll snip it later. Whatever. So I have 2 more pillows somewhere else in my house. But I didn't bring those. I have 4 more pillows. I have 2 embroidery and 2 small ones. So anyway, and then another finish this is from last year. This is Liberty by the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. There say Liberty on it. I took off the wording because I just liked it blank. And apparently I need to glue this on again. And this is a little thing that I got from the Dollar Tree back when it was $1. And I just painted it, I think like barn red or something like that. And so this is, I don't know, I don't think it's called for colors. And then it's just on 14 count Ada that I probably coffee dyed myself. I like it. I think it's so cute. So I have that one. And then I have another one. This is another finish from last year. Another Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. This one's called Red, White, and Blue. You can download it off their Etsy shop. The Stitching with the Housewives. Anyway, this is another frame from the Dollar Tree that I painted in blue. Like some kind of like probably colonial blue because I love that color. And then I'm not sure, maybe it's all called for colors. This is one of the few patterns that I've ever stitched twice. I stitched this pattern for my mother-in-law for Mother's Day. And I liked it so much I wanted it for myself. So I usually don't ever stitch anything twice because I get bored, but I just loved it. So I'm very happy with this. This is something else. Again, I'll have a video somewhere showing how I have it displayed in my house. So those are previous finishes and fully finishes. I really like those. Another finish that I had is Trick or Treat. I have it in my Halloween bag. I have everything in this bag because this is kind of like one of those projects where you have a bunch of stuff for it. And it's out of Jack-O-Lantern Jubilee by With a Needle and Thread. And I finally finished Trick or Treat. So now I have Trick or Treat done with all the, I made a DMC conversion. And so this is what I have. And then this is hickory. I think that this is whatever it's called for. The brown is called for. Hickory sticks. So I have Trick or Treat finished. I have this one finished. And I will have Hell or High Water, another one finished before July. I want to record and upload another Flosstube that's like around July 1st, either before or after, where I share all of the Christmas stitching that I want to do. I want to do Christmas, sampler, and Halloween stitching in July. And I have some pretty cool plans that I will share then. But this is, if you, this is the next one that I want to do. I want to do Broomhilda. So this is the one that I'm going to have done next. Unless I get a wild hair and decide to pick up a big one. But this, I just love her. Which I believe she is an homage to, I mean, I don't know, but if I were a guessing gal, which I am, I would guess that Broomhilda is a homage to her characters that she used to have. Like, I call them characters. This is how my 10-year-old draws original characters, OCs. So everything's like, anywho, I was looking at Country Stitches online, which is closed right now until July 1st because she moved to her new home in Iowa. So congratulations to her, Brenda Gervais, who I'm talking about. And she had these really great patterns for $10. Hilda, these pumpkin gals with like a pumpkin clay head and a cloth body. And fortunately for me, her shop was closed last night because I didn't buy it. But that I want to buy it. And it was named Hilda. So when I saw that, I thought, oh, because I'm not, you know, I'm not an OG. I'm not like a heavy hitter on Flosstube. I don't know all the history to like With the Needle and Thread. I'm coming into these designers kind of later compared to a lot of these women who have, good to them, been crocheting since the 2000s. So I don't know. I'm guessing I think she started with crafts and then since the 80s, and it's just like transformed into this incredible business for cross stitching. Like her amount of cross stitching charts, pages on Country Stitches online is like something like upwards of 30 pages of just cross stitch patterns. It's incredible. Good for her. That is so much artwork that she has collected and been able to publish and then create a business off of. Another round of applause to Brenda Gervais. She's living the dream, and I'm happy for her. Anyway, so Brimhilda is next. So yeah, and I have everything kitted and ready to go. My goal is to have 5 of those completed by October. So yeah, I would have to do one June, July, August, and then that would give me September for finishing. Because I want at least 5 of these big 14 count pillows displayed for Halloween. I was on like that diatribe, like, I wish I had done them smaller. And now I'm like, oh, they're so big. They're going to be such a statement. So I'm happy about it. So the next thing, whips. What was I working on? I've worked on a lot, actually. I'm going to show you what I have most recently started, which is a pattern that I told y'all I wanted to work on, which is, coincidentally, Land of Liberty by Brenda Gervais. I've shown this on my Flosstube for like, since 2020, I've wanted to stitch this. And now I'm stitching it and I'm like, loving it. I actually don't want to put it down. I am stitching this on the Called For fabric, which, wow. Okay, I made it, but I haven't attached it yet. I decided that I pulled this out and I finally got fed up. Okay, here's another little diatribe. I got fed up of having these like stickers that I lose, or what I usually do is I'll stick it on the front of the pattern thing, so that way I know, okay, this pattern I stitched on this fabric. But when I had my remnants of fabric from finishing, I had leftovers of an art project that I had done with the girls. So I made these tags so that way I knew, okay, this is 14 count Rit dyed Ada. Okay, ooh, don't drop everything, Brianna. And then I had this and I thought, I'm never going to know what this is. This is 28 count summer khaki casual linen. Perfect ornament amount, right? And, oh, this is the remnants of the fabric that I was using. Oh, which also... I really like it, is the fabric I put on this project bag. So it's time to put it on my chair. It's probably one of my favorite fabrics ever of all time. Anyway, focus, Brianna, focus. I got out my Cricut 2 days ago and I made an insane amount of tags. So I made some that are little. I had nice cardstock already in my stash, so on the back I have it already written, and I have little safety pins, and I have a ton of floss, obviously, so I'm just going to start attaching my little tags to all of my linen, or all of my fabric, and all of my finished pieces that I don't have fully finished. I'm going to start tagging so that way I know the name when I oh, I also put the start date on it too. So I'll have the start and the end date, just all the information. Because when I finish my, oh my gosh, I'm talking so much today. When I finished my pillows, I realized when I was already like, it was already too late. I didn't put the year on it. And that's one of the things that when I had done it, I was like, I want to put 2023 on these pillows. And then it was too late. And I thought, I was so frustrated. I had a minute, but there was no going back. So I want to start doing that. So then, how does it all relate back? Just stay with me today, guys. Just stay with me. I made a large number of tags. So I'm going to be making a post on BriannaLentz.com this weekend about these. So that way, if you like you can find SVGs anywhere. But I have started unsubscribing to a lot of like my paid for subscriptions, so I don't want to pay for Cricut Access anymore. That's $10. So I had to kind of get creative, and I found this blog that already had this SVG, and it had 2 different sizes. Sorry, I was getting a call back from a place from like 2 months ago. That's not how you don't call somebody 2 months later and be like, oh, sorry, I never called you back. You don't get my business anymore. Sorry, not to be nasty, but we've already gone with another place and too late. Anyway, so I made a ton of different tags. So this can go on my crocheted items as well. So that way I know what yarn I used, and I can have like, I can write care instructions on tags like this. So I'm going to get some Christmas. They already have Christmas ones out, Christmas paper out at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to get that. I'm going to make tags for Christmas. And then I made a bunch of little ones too. So the little ones are for all of my fabric. So I try to go for more plain. I don't know what, I'm very attracted to this orange. So I have, you know, they're really pretty. This was like from a spring pack that I got. So this is all for my fabric. Anyway, so I'm going to start doing that. So I'm just going to attach it with a itty bitty safety pin and a small piece of string. And it's going to help keep me organized because God knows I'm not going to remember what the heck it was 2 weeks later. So, anywho, already doing it. I just don't have it attached, which is fine. It was in my bag because this was literally like 2 days ago. And finally, I'm showing you my progress. So I did E and R. I started this yesterday. And it is, I'm actually getting really good color variation. This is stitched on 14 count Legacy Newcastle linen. And it is 1/2, which I am not experienced in at all. And I am loving it. I am loving 40 count. So I am stitching it in hoop in here. This is my favorite hoop of all time. Like I probably would benefit from having 2 more because if I lose it, I'm like frantic. I can't stitch it. I'm using readers to see because my eyes just can't deal. I use a light because I have to have enough light. So my husband loves headlamps. Shout out to the husbands who love collecting headlamps, which are very useful. So I use one of his for seeing. And then I have the called for. I have some of the called for floss. Whatever I don't have, I'm substituting. So I started him yesterday. I got, apparently this is a boy. I have E and R done. And today I would love to get the T done. So this is, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm loving it. Oh, this is part of my crochet thing. I'll put that down. See. I don't have anything else. I need to go through and I need to put everything back that was in here. This was the 2 Lizzie Kate, the 2 patriotic finishes. Like I have so much floss in here that I need to put away. Do you guys find like you wait and wait to put your stuff away and it's like a really bad habit? Something else that I picked up was, I did a lot of stitching, you guys, like I said. I worked more on Snow Garden by Blackbird Designs. Every time I'm going to have a huge chunk done until I'm done. See, look, I've had this on here for 2 years. Just, I'm going to put a tag. Today, I'm putting a tag on there and that sticker is out of here. Out of here. Anywho, I did the peacock. There it goes. No, I did not iron a thing. So one morning I got up early. It was like in the 5:30 thing. And I was like, I'm stitching whatever I want until 7 o'clock. And so I stitched the peacock. And I am so happy. So happy with that thread color. Like there is some great variegation in that. So we're getting closer to a finish. You guys, some of y'all finished this thing in like no time. It is taking me forever. So I just need to do the bottom, the key, this flower, I believe, and then the initials, and then I'm done. So the next chunk that I want to get done is probably I'm going to do the all the small motifs, and then the second chunk will be the border and the initials, unless I do it all in one go, which I don't see me doing, but because this isn't seasonal, this is just to get done and have for this winter. So I worked on that one, Snow Garden by Blackbird Designs. I also pulled out one of my other, this is my oldest whip, I believe. I have a before, which I will insert so that way, because I feel like these kinds of things are really hard to see unless you have a before and after. But I worked on my dragon. This is for my daughter Fiona, and it is a fantasy piece in the shape of a dragon. I got this off Etsy as a PDF download. And so I went in and I had split the pages, like there's half, the top half and the bottom half. And so I did a lot of the green and yellow, which was a lot of stitching. So that was a whole day of probably like 3 to 4 hours of work just there. And I have another one, look, an old 2019 sticker. It's so nasty. So gone out of my life and into my tags, and my favorite needle minder of all time. It's my dragon. And I love dragons. She loves dragons. It's a beautiful relationship. So this one will be great when I have it finished too. If I just continue to put a day's worth of work every time I talk to you, we will get there. And then I've got all of these flosses that I can put back into my stash. And plus, she's 10 years old now, which I don't have a picture, I don't think, of it. Oh, I have this. This isn't giving away the pattern. It'll look like this. So awesome. Awesome, 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 awesome. So she can't wait. She wants it framed in her room. So I worked on my dragon. I love working on that. And this is in, she picked out this fabric and everything. It's another project bag that I made. Let's see. I wanted to show Fiona's work. She has been working on her Winnie the Pooh. And so she got, I bought her a needle minder, you guys, and she almost cried. It was the cutest thing. I was looking at my time and I thought that it wasn't working. So she finished the red and she finished the arm. And so I advised her to go and do all of the black outlining around his shirt and his arm. And then that would just make her life easier. So that's what she's working on now. And I got her this, where did I get this from? I got this off Etsy, Mad for Needle Minders, or is something like that. Her shop is based out of Irvine, California, which was kind of fun. It's like, hey girl, I used to live by you. So she loved that. She loves Winnie the Pooh. And so this is a chart that you can buy at Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99. This is a great beginner chart. So love it. She loves it, loves it, loves it. See, I didn't write down something that I wanted to work on. I guess I did work on it, but not stitching wise. Is I uploaded a YouTube short and a reel about this, is Souvenirs of the Heart Star Spangled Spectacular. This is the other patriotic stitch that I said I wanted to work on, which I still have 2 weeks left in July. So I will not have a finish, but I will have a good amount of work towards these projects that I've said I've wanted to do for years. So what did I do? I dyed the, okay. Look, here, by the way, here's another example. I just stuck the sticker on my project bag. At least it's not on my fabric. It is 25 count potato Lugana that I double dipped coffee dyed as per her instructions. So my daughter is getting dressed. Her closet's over there. I can hear, what happened to my hair? Whoa, getting a little crazy in here. And I went ahead and I used my budget money for the month for crafting, and I got the threads that I needed for it, because could I have absolutely substituted? Yes, it's 1/1 stitching on 25 count. However, I don't have any of these threads, and I thought that it was a great way to build up my stash. So I did. I got, you get pine needles. Am I going to show you everyone? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Pine needles. This is Classic Colorworks. Classic Colorworks, pine needles, eggshell, campfire, which I will be reusing in something else I'm going to show you in my future plans. Campfire, avocado, which I love that color of avocado. Holy cow. I got toffee, wood trail, which these are highly variegated. I got Simply Shaker cider mill brown, sampler threads mulberry, which is another great one that I might use in something I'll show you in just a second. And then blues, I got Weeks Dye Works Deep Sea, Twilight, and another incredibly gorgeous color, Dolphin. I'm going to put these down so you can see it. There is so much variegation in this thread. It is so pretty. I'm going to reuse that for some patriotic stitching. Because I think that would be such a great uniform color. Holy cow. So that is what I will be starting this weekend. It was basically I either start this or I start Liberty by, you know, the other one. And I decided to do that one because I had been planning to take a pretty picture for this and I didn't get to it. I'm just going to start it. Another thing I want to work on. Let's see. So I want to work on those. I want to work on the Halloween stitching that I showed you. I want to work on that one. I want to work on the I guess two Brenda Gervais. I want to work on the 2 patriotics that I showed you. And then I have a hankering to start something else. I don't know why I put that down there. I'm saving other Halloween stitching for July. But I want to start something out of this. I want to do a small sampler out of Ooh La La by Blackbird Designs. So when I finish that next section of Snow Garden, then I can do this. I'm not going to wait to finish it to start it. And there are so many great little samplers in here, and that's what I want to do. I've got a couple of choices. I've got La Poulette, like it's a French pincushion. Okay, I don't know French. I took Spanish in high school. I love this one. And where is it? A little stinker. Well, I love all of them. That's why I bought it. But a little bit French. It's this one. And I'm going to do like a boo-boo. You're not supposed to change it, especially when it's a reproduction. But this is 5 letters, and my last name, Lentz, is 5 letters. And so I'm going to change it to Lentz. And I think my kids will love that. So it's a simple sampler, and it'll have this, and it'll say Lentz. And I know that's taboo. I'm going to do it. It's a little bitty one. It's okay. Not that it makes it any less valuable because it's little. It's just I really want to do that. So I'm going to do it. And so this calls for Baked Apple by Weeks Dye Works or 3721 DMC. It's stitched 1/2 on 28 count ale by Picture This Plus. So I think that'll be fun. I've never done 1/2 on 28 count linen. So I think that would be a great one to start. So that's a contender. And what I'd like to do in the future and just kind of go bit by bit to have it ready for next spring would be a bit of spring. I love this one. And this is like, it looks small here, but it's a lot of stitching. So if I were to just do like a piece like every few days, I could get like, that would be manageable to get done. But yeah, I've got a hankering to get some of these done. Another one that would be a fast one to do would be the Budding Twigs. It's a pin roll, which I've never done. That would be so fun. And like, this is so small. It's so small. The stitch count is 69 by 61. I really want to do that. So I don't know. I feel like I want to start one of those. And then another one that I should start if I want to finish it before September is, I talked to you guys about this last year. It's this. I got this off of 123 Stitch. It is Miss September by Sugar Stitches. And I didn't want to have September and blah, blah, blah. But I don't care anymore. Oh, it's fine. This, however, is a lot of stitching. That whole black is all stitched in. There's a lot of color changes. So I don't know, I'm a little bit intimidated by it. Not that it would be hard, but like, do I want to put in that amount of work in this stitching period? I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, if I don't start it, I'll never finish it, right? So yeah, so that's something else that I may or may not start. So that is what I have for now. Oh, I totally forgot. I have one more thing that I started. Oh my gosh. Okay, I have got to have project notes for next time. That is happening. Okay, do you hear me? You hear me? You can have them. I got another sticker on the thing. Scattered seed samplers. So I have quite a few things. I'm giving myself marching orders here. I'm gonna put the tags on my stuff and have notes for next time. Scattered seed samplers, Summer Sweets Pink Heat. So I got all the threads that I needed for this, and I started on, apparently I started on 36 count Heartland Edinburgh linen. It is an 8x12 size of it, did not iron. And this is my start. I started on the bird. So I'm outlining the bird, and I'm gonna go down. I did the head, and then I'm gonna go down with this color of the bird's breast, and then that should give me a good framework. So this is it. I'm not gonna have this done. I mean, this is, I don't know, it feels like it's a lot of fill and stitching. So with all the plans that I have, I'm just gonna be happy to get like bit by bit progress and have these things finished for next summer, which I will have a lot of stuff for next summer, which makes me very happy. So yeah, this is something that I love and I can't wait to have for next year, but I will be working diligently on. So that is it. I don't have any new patterns or any haul to show you besides the threads. I got some threads and fabric. I was a good girl this month so far. A couple things that I just wanted to share out of like normal life is we're having a great time playing at the splash pad at our local pool. Like we were doing a bunch of just old school summer things. And we are just doing fun activities like with homeschool. Our first year is done. I'm gearing up for our second one. We're doing review and stuff every now and then. But we're doing more like simple art projects. And so I had these paint by number kits that were supposed to be Christmas presents, but I forgot. So I gave them to him last week. You can get these at Hobby Lobby and get them on they're on sale this week. But this was my 6-year-old's. She did a great job. And then this one, my 10-year-old did, which when she opened it, she was intimidated. But now she's like, oh my gosh, it came out so cute. So there is another cat that she wants to do. And the kit had her do these hearts in the background and she just painted over them, which I thought that was a great call. Don't stress yourself out over it. So she did a lovely, lovely job. This is a paint by number activity that I highly recommend if your children are in those age groups. This one, however, it wants, like, it says it's 4 and up, but then it wants you to like mix colors. She didn't do that. She just painted it how she wanted to. So I'm not really sure if this is worth the value for a under 8-year-old, but 8 and up, I would say yes. Another thing that if your child is pre-K, no, I think pre-K, depends on where your kid's at, but my daughter is going into 1st grade, and this has been a great confidence builder, is Zingo Sight Words. Highly, highly recommend this game if your child is learning to read, or it's a great way to just play a game to just kind of highlight certain words, sight words. And so this has really built her confidence, and me and my 2 girls play this and we have a great time, and it's learning through fun, which I'm a big advocate for. You don't have to homeschool for that. That can just be like continued at home learning. Another thing that I wanted to share was some books. I am a reader. I haven't read much in the last couple of weeks, but I go in and out of things that I'm reading. So I wanted to show some books that I got off of Book Outlet. I finished reading this one. This is Your Brain on Birth Control. There's no political agenda here with what books I'm sharing. I like reading everything and learning about everything. So this is Your Brain on Birth Control, The Surprising Science of Women, Hormones, and the Law of Unintended Consequences. This is an incredible book written by somebody who really is sacrificing their potential academic career to get what she believes to be the truth out to the public, because nobody wants to risk saying that us women's change very much due to hormonal birth control before and after, and the long-term effects that it might have. So this was very eye-opening to the world around me. I highly recommend it if that is something that you're interested in. Then, okay, because I'm a nerd, y'all know this already, so I just like reading everything. The Enemy Within, A Short History of Witch Hunting by John Demos. So it's just, I'm not a devil worshiper or anything like that. I just think that it's interesting to know, like, if you think about history and you think about like 8,000 years ago, and like paganism, and like just how the world shifted over even like the Roman Catholic Empire, and like the politics that we have today. I think it's really interesting to just draw parallels of multiple times through history, and there is no political agenda about it. It's just literally like statistical comparisons throughout history. So I just like I said, I like reading everything because I like to form the opinions that I have with the best, just with a little bit of everything. Then I got The Women's Room by Marilyn French. Yeah, I think that this is a book that came out that shaped a lot of the world that we have today with women in the workplace. So I wanted to educate myself more on that. That's all I'll say. And again, another one that I thought would be interesting is the book of Viking myths, From the Voyages of Leif Erikson to the Deeds of Odin, the Storied History and Folklore of the Vikings. This is a beautiful hardback book, so I want to read that. And lastly, I got, and this was from like a month or two ago, but I haven't taken it out of the wrapping, and I won't until I'm ready to read it. This was such a good deal. I have always wanted to read, for the last decade, I wanted to read Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time. So this was a beautiful set of the first 3 books, and I have not seen the show. I will not see the show. Once I see a show of like a book series, I can't get that interpreted character out of my mind, and I want to be able to make up the characters myself. Like I said, even if like I see like a movie trailer, it's like that character is now forever interpreted the way that that actor looks like, and that bothers me. So I am going to read this. If you have read The Wheel of Time, let me know down below. I'd love to know what you think about it. So books 1 through 3, The Eye of the World, The Great Hunt, and The Dragon Reborn. Also, I like reading a lot of these things because maybe one day I'll write a book. I don't know. So maybe. Anyway, those are the books that I'm reading and the things that we are doing. We've got a lot of gardening, a lot of animals, a lot of storms. Last week I had fire ant bites, I had chiggers from the creek, and I had hay fever all at the same time, so I was down for like 3 to 4 days. That's why I haven't uploaded as much as I had said I would like to, because I was down for the count for a few days. But I really appreciate y'all being here. I really enjoy being on here consistently, so thank you so much for hanging out with me in my spare craft room and seeing all the projects that I'm working on and all of my craziness of like disorganization. But we have given ourselves our own marching orders, which I will hold myself accountable, and so will you. You guys are going to come back and say, Brianna, did you? You better start with your video that way. And I will start my video out saying, look, I have followed through with this. I will. So yeah, go ahead and look at the description box below if you want to see any of the other videos that I think you might be interested in. If you want to see more from me, go to my Instagram at Brianna_Lentz. I share a ton of reels and a ton of crochet cross-stitch content there in between my video uploads. And I, again, just appreciate y'all being here, and I hope you have a great June. I hope you guys are living your summer to the fullest. Until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye!